Alright guys, so we're back with another video, and right now we're just gonna head to the car wash so I can get the bike washed because it's like long overdue. I swear, when you live in a condo you don't have the access to wash your bike every day if you wanted to, but I figured I'd make a video for the ride there. And someone asked if I can make a video for newbie riders. I think his name is Tyrone. So, I mean, I can't tell you how to ride. I can only give you advice because everyone ride different. Everyone learns different. For me, I'm like a quick learner. Some people would take them a long time to learn, but well, we can talk about it. So, I guess I can just give you some advice. And the number one advice is most definitely having a bike that you're comfortable on. So what I mean by that, it's like, don't just buy any bike just because you want a bike, and then any bike you think will make you happy. Or, I don't know how to say it, don't rush into buying a bike. Actually go out and sit on a couple of different models, different brands, and see what fits you, as far as the bike not being maybe too tall or too small or too heavy. You want to you want to you want to be comfortable. That's the main thing. You have to be comfortable on your bike. So if your bike is too heavy, that means you ain't gonna be able to control it. If your bike is way too light, it's like the same thing. Maybe you're too strong for the bike, so for you, you might think you're doing like a little turn, but you'll be turning too hard, things like that. So bike comfort is number one. So once you already figure out what bike you want, and then you purchase your bike, or you borrow someone else's bike, I'm assuming you already know how to ride. If you don't know how to ride at all, you should start in a school, driving school. So once you know how to ride, then you pick your bike that's comfortable. Next, I would say it's really, this is a hard topic because it's really about you. You just ride at your own pace. Now, you can't ride too slow, because if you ride too slow, it's going to be that one person that's on their phone or somebody that's distracted, and they'll run into you. That's because you're riding too slow. I have a specific place I'm going to wash my bike, but there's a bunch from here. I just passed like 3 of them, but this one I'm going to, I've been to it before, so I'll just stick with that for now. But yeah, if you're riding too slow and someone behind you is distracted on their phone or something, they're probably gonna run right into you. So if you're a really slow rider, then you need to practice more, like in the province, like on non-busy roads, just until you get the feel and you build your momentum. You don't have to speed everywhere. I'm not telling you to speed, but you at least got to be able to do what everyone else is doing. So if he's doing 30, he's doing 30, you got to be able to do 30. If he's doing 60, he's doing 60, you got to be able to do 60. It can't be he's doing 60, he's doing 60, and then you're doing 30. Because guess what? Everyone behind you is doing 60. So if you're the only one doing 30, eventually someone's going to catch up and run into you. What else can I say? Riding is fun. It's obviously dangerous. You can never be scared. And you really don't have time for panicking. So there's going to be times where you might have to make a sudden stop, or this car might come over and not see you, because right now I'm in his blind spot. I know he can't see me. So he has blind spot mirror, but cars have blind spots. So certain places where you are beside of a car, they cannot see you. And I know this because I drive and I've had bikes next to me and I didn't see them in the mirror. If you turn your head, you'll see them. But if you just relying, if the car's relying on their mirrors, they won't always see you. So for times like that, this thing right here always catches me, because I don't, the GPS don't give me enough time to, yeah, see, I would have went up and it would have went back around. What was we talking about? Blind spots. Yeah, cars have blind spots. They don't always see you. And you can't assume that a car will always see you. You have to treat every car like they don't see you. So if it's one lane like this, it's okay to stay like directly behind them. If it's like two lanes, what I do is, like I said, everyone's different. What I do is I try to stay like on the right side of the car. Stay in your lane, but on the right side of the car. Or I'll stay on the left side of the car, but in my lane. And the reason for that is the car can see me from their mirror. If you're directly behind them, it's not much as a problem because you're directly behind them. Obviously, they're not driving backwards. But it just lets them know, like when you stay on one side, it just lets them know, like, hey, look out for me, I'm kind of behind you, type of thing. Now, don't assume every car is going to look out for you. Just don't assume that. Treat every car like they're against you. And then that also comes back to being, you can't panic. You just can't panic. If a car is too close behind you and it makes you uncomfortable, if you can, just pull over. Pull over, let the car go, and then you get back on the road. You can try to wave the car, like, you know, tell the car like to move. They don't always listen. Sometimes cars don't realize how close they are to you. But you just can't panic and you can't be afraid, because panicking will most likely get you hurt. What else? Hopefully it's not too windy. I'll say stay aware. Be aware of your surrounding. The way I ride is I'm looking for potholes, but I'm like also looking straight ahead. At least enough for, at least a lot. I'm looking at least enough ahead to where if I need a stop, like an emergency stop, I have more than enough time to stop. Here in the Philippines, you might see I don't really use my turn signals as much, but the issue with that is I just don't have enough time. Like, by the time I look back to see if I can turn, it either you're gonna turn, or I don't know how to explain it. It's like you gotta turn when you can turn. So if I look back and I got enough time to turn, I gotta turn right then and there. I don't really have time to look back, put on my turn signal, and then look again, because in a heartbeat it'll be another car there or another bike there before you even know it. And a lot of people don't use their turn signals. It's not the right thing to do, but you just don't have enough time. Cars do it, cars don't do it, bikes don't do it. Sometimes you just don't have enough time because you're constantly, can I go now, can I go now, can I go now? So you don't really have enough time to think about all these switches and stuff on the bike. But yes, as a new rider, use your turn signals if you can. Learn everything the right way, and then as you get the experience, you start to ride to your pace and what makes you comfortable, and it's not as bad as you think. I don't know if some people think maybe riding is hard or too difficult. It's not as bad as people think. It's one of those things, the more you do it, you get better and better. That's all it is. Stay off of the highway. If you're new, stay off of the highway. Roads like this, that's like a long straightaway, things like that. If you can stay off of it, stay off of it. Maybe focus more on the back roads. It might take you longer to get where you're going, but it's better safe than sorry. So if you have a back road to get to your destination, just take the back road. No need to rush. Sometimes people are gonna honk you, but don't let it get to you. If you're doing the right thing and you know you're doing the right thing, don't let the honking get to you. I just ignore them. You're gonna have times like this where lights are not working and you're just gonna have to go for it, but just make sure it's safe. It's gonna be times lights not working, or maybe it's too dark outside, or maybe a car accident, so you're gonna have to do things that you wouldn't normally do. But as long as you're being safe, being mindful of people that's around you, you should be okay. I'm not a perfect rider, but I just learned it's just the more you ride, you get better and better. The more you understand how, not necessarily how people think, but the more you understand how like society works, and I guess whatever city you're in, whatever country you're in, because different places people drive differently. New York people drive different from like people in Texas, things like that. So wherever you are, you'll get the hang of how the people in that location drive for the most part, and then you kind of just adapt. But yeah, I mean, I hope this video was helpful. Probably not, because I'm not a teacher. But if you take anything from this video, it's just be mindful of your surrounding, be safe, and you don't really have time to panic. Things like overtaking, you don't have to overtake. If you don't feel comfortable overtaking, don't do it. You don't have to do it. But the main thing is, once you learn how to ride, whether it's school or in your backyard, whatever, the main thing is having a bike that you're comfortable with. You don't want something that's too heavy that you can't control at slower speeds. You don't want something that's too light that when it's windy it pushes you over there or pushes you over there. You want something that's just perfect. You can sit on it perfectly. Your foot is flat foot on the ground. And then once you become good at riding, then you can go get whatever bike you want. So for anyone who don't have a bike, I would recommend getting something cheap, secondhand. You know, as long as it's safe to ride and it fits you, I would say start with that. So that way you can drop it if you need to. You can work on it, break some things if you need to. But once you get comfortable, then you go out and get your real bike. When I bought my first bike, I didn't know how to ride. The bike I bought wasn't working, but we knew how to fix it. The seller, I guess, didn't know how to fix it, but we knew how to fix it, so I got a good price. The only thing that was wrong with it was the carburetor that needed cleaning. And then I learned in my yard. So the yards in New York, at least where I was, it's not like the Philippines. There's no space to ride. It's just space to pretty much learn how to take off without stalling, pretty much. Because once you let go of the clutch, then you're already out of room. So that's how I learned. I just put the front wheel on the wall, like facing the wall or facing the building, and then that's how I learned. And once I got comfortable with taking off without stalling, I'm gonna have to make a U-turn. Once I got comfortable with the car wash here, once I got comfortable without stalling, that's packed. I'll find another one. I don't want to wait, even though I should be patient, but I want to find somewhere where I can go and they'll start washing right away. It's too hot. But yeah, that's how I learned. Once I got comfortable with taking off without stalling, then I took the bike on the street. So the way I learned wasn't the right way. I probably should have went to a school, like a driving school. That would be the correct way to do it, especially for a motorcycle. But then, once again, is everybody learns different. The way they're teaching you in a school might not be the way you need to learn. So there's no right way and there's no wrong way of how to ride a motorcycle. It's just as long as you follow the rules of the book, which is the street rules, like the LTO rules, the DMV rules. That's the only right way, to be honest. Which is using your turn signals, when they use your high beams, things like that. But how to actually ride the bike, there's no right or wrong way. It's what makes it comfortable for you, and as long as you know how to control the bike. Because that's all a motorcycle is having control. We're gonna go this way. So hopefully this video was helpful for people that's new to riding. I really hope it is. I'm not the best at explaining things, but I tried. So until then, catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna continue to find another car wash so I can wash my bike. I haven't washed it in probably like a month now, maybe 3 weeks. And then I'll probably start another video after they wash the bike. Find somewhere to go, probably a C6 road or something. Last time I went there, I know they had like water. Looked like a nice chill spot, but my sneakers were white, so I didn't want to step on the dirt to get to it. But we'll see, guys. I'll wash the bike and then I'll get back to you guys in a new video. Catch you on the next one. Peace.